Let me ask you something. Have you ever told yourself that your marriage is your top priority, but then days, maybe even weeks go by where you barely give it real attention? It's easy to say your wife and family come first, but when work piles up, stress kicks in, and distractions take over, do your actions match your intentions? That's exactly what I had to ask myself this past week. It was my wife's birthday, and between that, family responsibilities, and taking care of my son, I realized I hadn't put in the time I normally do to prepare for this episode. And honestly, that's kind of the point. This episode is going to be shorter than usual, and that's intentional because this isn't about knowing what to do. It's about actually choosing it. I had a choice this week to put my energy into creating a full-length, highly produced episode with video and audio editing, YouTube thumbnails, and all the bells and whistles, or live out exactly what I talk about on this podcast and make sure my wife felt celebrated and prioritized. At first, I felt a little guilty about not showing up for you, the listener, but then I took a step back and asked myself, what's the most important thing in my life? And the answer was obvious and easy. So I'm doing this quick audio recording and that's it, because planning a magical day for my wife's birthday, a celebration for her and her friends this weekend, making time to be a great dad for my son, following through on promises I made to my mom and my brother were all a higher priority in the life I choose to live. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. The choices you make every single day that reveal what you actually prioritize. By the end of this episode, you'll have a simple but important challenge. Pay attention to where your time and energy go, because that's what truly shows what matters most to you. Welcome to Better Husband, the podcast that helps you answer the question, how can I be a better husband? I'm Angelo Santiago, a men's marriage and relationship coach, and every week I bring you practical insights to help you improve your marriage and become the best partner you can be. Now, we all have things competing for our time: work, commitments, responsibilities, and unexpected distractions. And every day, whether we realize it or not, we're making decisions about what comes first. Every day, we make the decisions that reveal what truly matters to us. It's not enough to know how to be a better husband. You have to actually show it through your choices and actions. The way you spend your time and attention speaks louder than words. It's easy to say, my marriage is my priority. But when life gets busy, when work demands your attention, when stress piles up, and when distractions are everywhere, what do your actions actually show? For me this week, I had to make that choice. My wife's birthday, family responsibilities, taking care of my son, these were the things that mattered most. And honestly, that's exactly what this podcast is about. Choosing to put your marriage and your family first, not just in words, but in the decisions you make every single day. It reminds me of a scene from the movie Elf. Now, I know we're way past the holiday movie season, but you can't go wrong with Elf. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Now, here's the scene. The father, Walter, is in this huge business meeting. It's Christmas Eve, and he's pitching a big idea to some important people. Right in the middle of it, his son walks in, and his son needs him. In that moment, Walter has a choice. Does he focus on the business deal, or does he show up for his family? At first, he pushes his son away. He prioritizes work. But then he realizes what really matters. He walks out of the meeting, leaving the deal behind because he knows that being there for his son is more important. That moment, that's real life. It's a dramatized version, sure, but it's a choice we all face in different ways every single day. So let me ask you, what do your actions say about your priorities? Not what you say is most important, but what your actions show. When your wife asks for your attention, do you give it? When your family needs you, do you step up? Or do you brush them off thinking, I'll get to that later? Do you follow through with what you say you're going to do? Or you delay or find excuses to do something else? Or do you completely forget? Here's the hard truth. Most marriages don't fail because of one big catastrophic event. They fall apart slowly, choice by choice, priority by priority. After a divorce, you can look back and trace all the little moments that led there. The times when intimacy faded because effort wasn't made, the times when resentment built because frustration was ignored, The times when disconnection grew because something else, work, stress, distractions, always came first. By the time many couples realize their marriage is at risk, they're already standing on the edge. And while there's still a chance to turn things around, it takes real action, not just good intentions, not just hoping things will get better, but serious, committed decisions to make a change. Don't wait until your marriage is in crisis to finally start prioritizing it, because by then, it might be too late. We all have busy lives, I get it. But at the end of the day, your marriage is built on the choices you make, big and small. For months now, I've been getting on free calls with men who, when they sign up, they are absolutely ready to make a change in their life. They tell me all about the issues they're having, all the ways they need support, and when I finally tell them how I can help them, they back off. They get scared or they become unsure. They say, "I'll think about it." What this tells me is that while these men have good intentions and want to be better husbands, they're not prioritizing their marriage. There's always another reason, another distraction, another excuse to put it off. And I don't blame them. I've been there before. But here's what I want you and them to know. If you're ready to prioritize your marriage, you have to take action. You have to be willing to invest in yourself and your marriage. After reflecting on all the times I've gotten on the calls with men who say they want to take action but aren't really ready to, I've made a decision to now only get on the phone with men who are truly ready to take action, who are ready to invest in themselves and their marriage. And if that's you and you're serious about change, you can sign up for a single coaching call or a 3-pack or a 6-pack of calls directly on my website. I've gotten rid of the 3-month minimum to work with me because if you're ready to make a change, one call might be all you need. So if you're ready, go to angelosantiago.com and book your session or follow the link in the show notes. So this week, I want to challenge you. Pay attention to the moments when you have to choose. And when that moment comes, choose your marriage. Because being a better husband isn't about saying the right things. It's about living your priorities. Thanks for being here. I'm Angelo Santiago, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for listening. Before you go, I have a quick request. If you've ever gotten any value from the show and you want the show to continue to grow, to access bigger and more knowledgeable guests, and to keep providing you with more ways that you can be a better husband in your marriage, simply leave a rating and a review if you're listening on Apple or Spotify. It only takes a few seconds, and those reviews go a long way in attracting more experts and bigger guests to the show. So if you're feeling up to it, as a favor to me, I'd love to see a rating and a review from you. Thank you so much for being a listener and all your support.